come with me if you want to live and drink good beers.
Hi guys, happy Homebrew Wednesday. I know I haven't had a couple videos for the last couple of weeks, but things have been a little hectic at work and all that kind of stuff. Haven't had too much time for the weekend. Well, anyway, this last weekend I did something a little bit different. I did a kit and kilo, basically kit and kilo brew. My wife usually drinks Miller Lite, so I was trying to brew something that she would like. So what I did was I brewed a lighter Mexican Cerveza. It is a Cooper's Mexican Cerveza kit, and you see I got the the can there. So I did a 10-gallon batch, and it's going to be light. It's not going to be a full heavy beer. It should come out somewhere right around 4% alcohol, which is pretty much in the realm of light beer. So that's that. I got video for that, and I'll shoot that on there in a few minutes. But first, my daughters went to Germany. They went to the Czech Republic, Prague, and then on to Berlin and stuff. So when they were in the Czech Republic, they got me a beer and brought back a beer. What beer did they bring back? They brought me a Budweiser. And I go, a Budweiser? And they go, well, it's a Budweiser, but it's not Anheuser-Busch. It's, there you go, straight from the Czech Republic. It's Budweiser Cordova or something. I can't remember. But anyway, in the back, it's all in German or Czech, so I can't read it. But this was a brewery that was in the regional area wherever they were at, I guess near Prague. And anyway, so they brought me back this beer. It is a lager, but it's no relation to Budweiser. Actually, Budweiser, Anheuser-Busch Budweiser, but it is a Budweiser, and it's from the Czech Republic. So I figure, why not? Let's crack it open and see what it's all about. So let's go. Got a little hiss there, and it does have a little bit of a skunky smell, which I don't really mind all that much. It's all, you know. Let's pour this. Okay. Now, as you can see, it's a very, very light golden color, clear as a bell. Seems like it's got okay carbonation. It smells a lot like a Heineken. Sometimes the Heineken has a little skunky kind of thing. I think it's probably because the light goes in the green bottle better than, or fast, you know, easier than the brown bottle. So it's got a little bit of that skunkiness to it, a little tiny bit, not too much. I don't really smell too much hops, and maybe a little bit of malt, it's basically, it's a lager. You can tell it's a lager. So let's give it a taste. Well, is very dry. Well, not very dry. It's dry. It's crisp. It's very clean. It's definitely a lager. I don't think this is more than probably 4.5–5% alcohol. I taste just the slightest little bit of that skunkiness, but it's pretty much on par for a lager, or you know, kind of like maybe close to a Heineken. It's pretty much close to a Heineken. I mean, it's definitely drinkable. It's not bad. It's easy drinking. It's basically a lawnmower beer. So the body is rather light. It's very kind of thin, you know, like lagers are. It's pretty much kind of like a lighter Heineken. I mean, it's not bad, but it's, you know, it's a lager and it's light, very light. So anyway, I got to try a Czech beer, so that's all good. So I'm excited about that, and it's not bad. It's not horrible. It's just, you know, just a lighter beer. Now, anyway, here's the label. So, yeah. All right. So, anyway, let's go to my my Cooper's Kit videos in there. I watch Craig Fairway, CraigTube, a lot, and he swears by the Cooper's Mexican Cerveza. So I thought, well, it looks pretty easy, should be pretty good. So this is what I got right here, the Cooper's Mexican Cerveza. Now I'm doing a double batch, so this is going to be roughly somewhere right around 10–11 gallons, and so I'm going to do pretty much like the instructions say. I've got 750 grams of sucrose and 250 grams of malted dextrose. Actually, regular dextrose and malted dextrose. Since I'm doing a double batch, it will be 15 and 500. I've got water in my kettle there, and I will go ahead and start heating it up, and then add in the dextrose and get it fermented. I got the all right, guys, the Cooper's Kit. The water is just now at a boil, so I'm going to add the dextrose and the maltodextrose. Okay, looks like everything is melted in. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to get the malt extract. All right, now malt extract goes in. All right, now I need a second to go rinse those cans out, and I'll be right back. Got my welding gloves. That's a little better. A little bit left. All right. Now it's time to stir all this in and make it. I think that's pretty well mixed in. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to top it up with water, and then I'll come back and we'll put it in the fermenter. Alright guys, I'm sweating my brains out here. It's kind of hot still. But anyway, I took a gravity reading and it's right at 1.040. I'll just give it a quick stir, and then I'll put it into my bucket that I can get into my fermenter, because I can't haul my fermenter around, it's too big. Well, let's give it I got my sanitized bucket. And now we start pouring this off. It's a nice light amber color. All right, got the last one I'm pouring in. I don't know if you can see that color, but it's a nice amber color. All right, there we go. That's it. See what the temperature is. Jeez, it's still about 90 degrees, but I'm gonna have to let it cool down. All right, see you later. All right, guys, since the wort is still rather hot, because the cold water that I put in there wasn't actually cold enough, I got a wet towel here. I'm wrapping it. Hopefully it'll suck out some heat while the water evaporates, so I can pitch the yeast hopefully soon. Normally in the winter time, you know, my water temperature is about 40, maybe even less, but you know, here being summertime and it's so hot, the cold water is about 80. So next time I do this, I'm gonna have to figure out some way to get a lot of cold water in there, because that's just not doing the trick, because it's still rather warm, and I put in probably, I think it was about 10 gallons, about 10 gallons extra in there to cool it off, and it didn't work. It's still rather warm. Let me see, it's still upwards of like 85 degrees, and so we'll see what we can do. Hopefully it cools down quick and I can pitch the yeast. Don't want any nasties in there. All right. Okay, well, that's pretty much all I have. I got the Cooper's kit in my conical fermenter, and the one thing is I had the yeast from the top of the can, and I had the 2 packets of these because I used 2 cans, and put in like the recipe on the little thing said, a little bit of dextrose and maltodextrin. I did that, and when I put in the yeast, well, first of all, the water, and you know, it's been pretty hot here, so the water wasn't as cool as I would have liked. So when I topped it off with the water, it was still rather warm, 90 degrees. So I waited over to the next morning, and then it was dropped down to you know, 75 or whatever. So then I put the yeast in then, and I waited pretty much all day, and it did not. I didn't see any yeast action going. I didn't see any bubbling, and I got a little worried. So I had a packet of US-05, and I threw that in there, and within probably 30 minutes or an hour later, I saw bubbling starting. So, well, I don't know whether that's the 2 packets of the other Cooper's yeast, or maybe the US-05. So, but we'll see, and hopefully it turns out to be a nice light Miller Lite that my wife will drink. Alright, I do have one question. Okay, like, okay, I did my Belgian triple. I kegged half of it, 5 gallons, and then bottled half. Now the bottled seems to have, it's been probably a month now, and it doesn't seem to have all that much carbonation. It seems to be taking a while. Although I had a Rogue IPA that took probably 6 weeks before it really got a really good carbonation, but it seemed lackluster all the way up until that 6th week, and then just really kind of took off. So anyway, if anyone's got any suggestions on maybe better carbonating, or just maybe you just gotta wait it out, I guess. But anyway, if anyone's got any suggestions, let me know. Also, the half that I carbonated, now I got probably 8 feet, probably 7 or 8 feet of beer line out, and it's the small 3/16. So it's a small diameter hose. And anyway, I carbonated it, and I know it's carbonated pretty decently and stuff. And when the serving pressure, I hear people talking about, you know, for a Belgian, maybe 12 psi. But when I have it at 12 psi, man, that just foams up like crazy. But if I turn it down to about 2 and it comes out slower, it doesn't foam up as much, and then there's still carbonation left in there when I do it. Now it is aged in the keg, and it tastes really good, and you know it's right there on par with a Belgian triple at 8.3%. Now, however, it is kind of strong for me. I'm kind of a lightweight, and if I drink, you know, half a glass and stuff, you know, if I drink a whole glass, I'd probably be, you know, stumbling around a bit, because it is a little on the strong side. Although you don't taste the alcohol as much as when it was younger, but it seems to have rounded out and nicely aged. But it's just I don't think I'm going to do too many beers that are that high in alcohol, just for the fact that I'm kind of a lightweight, and I would like to have a glass or two without having to, you know, without stumbling around like crazy. But anyway, if you guys got any suggestions or any comments about the kegging and what the right procedure is, because frankly, I've seen a lot of videos, and they talk about the actual mechanics of the kegging and putting the beer in there and pressurizing it and getting it all like that, but they don't really talk about the serving pressures, or whether you keep it up at 12 psi and then drop it down when you're gonna, you know, take you know, beer out, or whether there's something wrong with my system and it needs to be tweaked somehow to keep it at, you know, 9, 10, 11 psi and be able to pour the tap and not have it mostly foam. Now, when I did rock it and pressurize it through I'll call it the Craig Fairway method, and you know, rock it and then let the gas in there and carbonate it. I didn't let it set about 12 hours. I kind of messed with it and tried to tap it then, but it's been about 24 hours now. I was going to try to do it again and see if it's still is foamy or aggravated maybe. But anyway, if you guys got any suggestions, I would appreciate it. Thanks a lot. I want to thank my subscribers. I know I got a couple of new ones, but I don't have my phone, so I can't remember their signs. But next time when I do that, I will make sure I acknowledge them and put them in there. So here you go, from Journey to Frankie Valley, East and West. Cheers, 17, and see you later.